Yeah, well, don't you remember?
That's who we were kicking the curb.
What?
That's who we were kicking the
Yeah, I was
curb.
gonna say, I got the.
So does Dawn get to
anti-
sit at the table from the beginning?
Yeah, you can sit at the table.
That's what I thought.
Dawn, you can't vote, but you can sit at the table.
Here we're live. Just FYI.
Thank you, sir. Dawn? No, you do not. Is that where
Oh no.
you should come over here because we should only have 4 people today.
So sit on that side?
I moved her here because she was down there.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
No.
Clint
I know.
isn't going to be here tonight.
Okay.
We're gonna do an executive
Dawn,
session.
who's on the second table over here?
Clint.
Clint isn't here.
Are we having an executive session
She's already got a mic there.
Oh,
to discuss? Okay, so like, structure.
Dave asked.
Hold on for a second. I got 1 minute, guys. I'm getting confused, so my apologies.
Yeah, no problem.
Dave asked.
it should have been in the minutes. I didn't see it in the minutes.
Dave asked.
Actually, I can take this off now.
Yeah, Dave said he was going to be out of town.
My husband's on the.
Pretty sure he's out of town. I wasn't worried if she was going to be here. I'm going to call the meeting of the Montesano City Council for August 9th,
Yes, thank you.
2022 to order. If you will all stand with me for the flag ceremony. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. We're going to do this meeting a little differently. First, before we do roll call, we're going to swear in our new councilwoman, Dawn Thomas. Dawn, if you'd like to come up here for a second. If you'll raise your right hand and repeat after me. I, Dawn Thomas,
I, Dawn Thomas,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear and affirm
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington
and the Constitution and laws of the state of Washington
and all local ordinances,
and all local ordinances,
and that I will faithfully and impartially perform and discharge
and I will faithfully and impartially perform and discharge
the duties of the office of council position number 7,
the duties of the office of council position number 7,
according to the law and the best of my ability.
according to the law and the best of my ability.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Will the clerk please call roll call?
Councilman Cope,
Here.
Councilman Trimble,
Here.
Councilman Carl, Councilman Bryson, Councilwoman Jester,
Here.
Councilwoman Thomas,
Here.
and Councilman Scaramouche.
Move to excuse the absent council members.
Second.
There is a motion and a second to excuse council members Bryson, Scaramucca, and Carl. Is there any discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are at approval of bills.
So moved.
Is there a second?
A second.
There's a motion and a second to approve the bills as audited. Would the finance committee like to make a report?
Yes, so your council packet is incorrect, and the warrants are 56,269 through 56,296, and the total was $62,017.13.
Okay. Does anyone have any discussion or questions?
I will have them put in the next set of minutes as well.
Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Bills will be approved as audited. I do want, before we go any further with the agenda, we have an additional item that was provided to you. It's East Manucci Improvements. It's a supplemental agreement. I'll put that under new business. We are at approval of minutes. Is there a motion?
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
There is a motion and a second to approve the minutes as written. Are there any corrections or discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are at the first point of public comment. If anyone would like to make public comment at this time. I'm going to give an opportunity of 30 seconds for those who are online with us. Okay, there will be another opportunity for public comment if anyone would like to make one later in this meeting. We are at committee reports. Were there any committees that met during the interim? Yes, sir.
The Forestry Committee did not meet during the interim, but I would take this opportunity to announce that we will have a Forestry Committee meeting in this room on the 23rd of August at 6 p.m.
Thank you. There is no old business, so I'll go directly to new business. I'm going to start with the add-on, which is the East Manucci Improvement Supplemental Agreement. Mr. Olden, do you want to explain the addition just for the audience?
Sure. So this is a supplemental agreement to have Gibbs and Olson do some construction management support and provide construction surveying for the East Wainucci project. I apologize for getting this on the agenda late. It should have been on the last council agenda as I had it in my possession at that time. As is customary for TIB, they don't allow us to enter into construction management agreements before we get our construction bid. So after we got the bids, we had to get the supplemental agreement, and then we come to council for the supplemental agreement for them to do the surveying. We typically don't use Gibbs and Olson for a lot of construction management support, so this is primarily surveying, if that helps.
Helps me. Does anybody have any questions? Is there a motion?
I'd authorize the mayor to sign a supplemental agreement with Gibbs and Olson for the East Wainucci project for the amount of $15,000.
A second.
There is a motion and second to allow the mayor, to authorize the mayor to sign a supplemental agreement with Gibbs and Olson for an additional $15,000. Is there discussion? Hearing none, all those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. We are now at the 6-year transportation improvement amendment. This needs to be set for public hearing. Does the council wish for that to occur? Thank you. We'll set it for the next meeting. I don't think I need a motion for that. Do I need a motion for that?
I don't believe so.
We are at ordinances and resolutions. The first ordinance is at employee appreciation policy. This has been cleaned up. Is there before we start with the ordinance, is there any questions about it? The first ordinance is 1645. Is there a motion?
So I would move to adopt ordinance 1645, an ordinance of the City Council of the City of Montesano providing for the establishment of an employee appreciation policy.
Is there a second?
A second.
Is there discussion? There was discussion at the last meeting. This is a effort by the city to recognize the employees that we have and putting a monetary amount per employee as to what we can do in recognition.
Long overdue.
Is hearing no further discussion, all those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Ordinance number 1645, oh, I'm so sorry. I apologize to the council. Ordinances need a roll call. Would the clerk please do roll call?
Councilman Coe?
Aye.
Councilman Trimble,
Aye.
Councilwoman Jester,
Aye.
and Councilwoman Thomas.
Aye.
Ayes have it. Thank you. We are now at ordinance 1646. This is the Martin annexation. I will start with the motion.
Move to adopt ordinance 1646, the Martin annexation.
I'll second.
There is a motion and a second to adopt the ordinance 1646 to allow annexation of the Martin parcel as described before. Is there discussion? Hearing nothing, to close that discussion, if the clerk will please call for the roll call.
Councilman Cope,
Aye.
Councilman Trimble,
Aye.
Councilwoman Jester,
Aye.
and Councilwoman Thomas.
Aye.
Ordinance number 1646 passes. We're going to break for executive session. This is an unusual meeting because it's super quick, but this executive session is both for personnel and potential litigation. It will be 7 minutes at the most, I believe, and we'll be back, and I expect no action.
RCW 4230, 110, Pren 1, Pren H, Pren 2.
What's that? Mayor's cut. Yeah, I don't know.
Nice job on the roll call.
I mean, you pulled it off. I didn't think you could do it,
Did you hear the enthusiasm? Did I sound excited? Hey, did you know I'm helping Brendan in an investigation?
Yes, I heard. Remember, the mics are live.
He says, I think Maddie wants to be detective. I'm like, well, I'm sure she does.
I felt so important.
I know.
So bad. Everyone needs to know I want to be a detective.
Yeah, well, yeah, no, I did hear that. So I appreciate the help.
I hope I'm helping out.
Yeah.
Hi.
Hi, I'm Alan. I'm from the Daily World.
We talk on the phone sometimes.
Yes, I talk pretty frequently. I just want to
I'm
say.
Maddie. Nice to meet you. Yeah, sorry if sometimes I don't pull up very quick.
No, it's all good. I know yours are probably really busy.
Yeah.
So I just actually had a question because I figured you'd be the most helpful from this. The Montesano Chamber of Commerce. Is there anybody that's in that office, or is there? Do they have business hours that you know of?
Usually I get a reply back if I email the members at montesano.chamber.org. I'm gonna reply today. Do you email them?
So like I haven't emailed them at all. I've called twice. I'm trying to do a feature on the Catch Money Brew Fish and Brew Fest that's coming up in
You should
September.
email because I talked to her today. It's Becca, is who I talked to, and Becca Warden, I think. And I talked to her a couple times for like a public event they're doing. So, and I talked to her about the Saturday market, and so I usually email her, and they have the email on the website. And it
On
says,
the
like,
chamber?
Yeah, it says it's at the bottom for contact. I don't think they ever like go. I don't even know if there's an office spot anymore where they answer that phone.
Yeah.
So the email is the best way to get a hold of them.
Okay, awesome. I was just wondering on that one.
Yeah.
So I was like, I left 2 voicemails down. I'm like,
No, nobody ever gets a hold on my phone.
Okay. Alright.
And then once you're able to email that to Becca, I bet maybe she'll give you like her contact information and you probably can contact her directly because I think she's the phone maybe. Or she does a Saturday market at least.
Okay.
So, but she usually emails me off that. So,
Awesome. Well, thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate that.
And I told him that we have standard COVID protocol in place while we were working. And we didn't go anywhere. And at the beginning, we didn't even sit next to each other on the couch watching games. And we brought our own snacks, so we didn't share anything. And we didn't even go. I didn't want to go to anything, no. We didn't go to anything, no. I went to no, you're probably right. That's really cool. Sharing with my friends. Well, and then we did watch basketball. We watched it out. I'll see you about the Catherine here. And then you want me to practice. Oh, yeah. Did you hear that? What should I thought about? Oh, no, not. Yes, I went to the lake shop. It wasn't even weird. My daughter's boyfriend so yeah.
We are 1 minute late.
Okay, we are back on the record, and we are at the point of public comment. Is there anyone that would like to make public comment at this time? Will you please, Robin, I know your first name, but I don't remember your last name, so if you would,
Robin Barcombe,
thank you.
and I'm here to discuss, once again, unfortunately, the RV park. Since I was here last, we have been visited by the police saying that they would like to enforce the ordinance. I understand your desire to do so. It has not, however, been enforced for a very long time. It is peak camping season. You are looking at displacing about 20 or more households. Not just people, but whole households. As I have stated before, many of them work in the area. These are your travel nurses, the people that are doing the dredging. We also have people that are looking for houses themselves and have had things that have fallen through. As you probably know, the housing market has taken quite a hit right now. The RV park is providing low-cost options for people that are of low income, on disability, veterans. We have 3 different veterans that are in there that are disabled. They are giving us a 30-day, and you need to find someplace else to go during peak camping season. This is just not possible. What's going to end up happening is we're all going to be in eviction court together as a mass eviction, apparently, because there's just no way to displace that many families with no place to go, especially if you need to remain in the area because you work here, your kids go to school here. As I mentioned, we have at least 5 that I know of. I planned on being a lot more organized, but I didn't know that you had 2 meetings a month, so I thought that I had until the end of the month. I had the count already up to 5 that have been actively, that have real estate agents, that, if you'd like to call them, have been actively searching for housing in the area within their budgets, which some of them, it's a pretty substantial budget. They can go up to around $300,000, but in this particular market, it's difficult and you're outbid very easily. You'll put your bid in and think that we're going over asking price, it shouldn't be a problem, this is the one that we want, and it falls through, in which case you're right back where you started. And so they've been there for, over the 180 days. I have property that I'm looking to move to. All I need is to have utilities put in, and that, because of COVID, has put all of that behind. They're telling me that it's a good 3-4 months before they can guarantee to get somebody out to actually run the electric. And I have a contractor that owns the property that I'm going to, so digging the ditches and everything is not even the problem. It's actually getting them out there, the linemen, out to run it. But right now, no other park between here and Oregon has any spaces available. I have called all of them, even ones that are more expensive, much less anything that's in the same price bracket. So this is causing a major hardship to a lot of the people that are your workers that work in retail and your service jobs here in town. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anyone else that'd like to make public comment at this time? Okay, we will move forward with council comments. Councilman Trimble. Councilman Cope.
Other than to welcome Councilwoman Thomas?
Thank you.
Councilwoman Jester.
Looking forward to working with Dawn.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Thomas.
Thank you for coming today and speaking. Thank you, everyone else, for coming today. This is a kind of a special day for me, so I really do appreciate all of you out there in the audience.
Thank you. I don't have any comments today. Thank you for coming and speaking. I'd look for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
There's a motion and a second. Is there any discussion? Hearing none. All those in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Motion carries. We're good. Can I have your signature?